Come on, I'm here. And today we're doing this. We're doing a ice build. This run is already recorded, so this is a post commentary. Yes, that's right. Two reasons for that. One, I can do more videos if I do some post commentaries. And two, I didn't thought that I would get this gameplay so soon. I wasn't planning on doing this build, but more of that later. First, hope you're doing good, hope you're doing fine, hope you're playing Dead Cells, because this game is awesome. So about this gameplay, in the last video, I look at that, there's a challenge rift already. That was nice. I gotta tell you, I was excited when I saw the challenge rift. I was like hoping maybe I can get 4 for the first boss. This is the only one though, and normally I don't care, because you should not be dependent for challenge rifts. However, with this build, mobs are not a problem. It's alright, the damage. It's still a little bit underwhelming, but bosses are just pain. You will see that later. But about this build, yeah, in the last video, look at that. That was so stupid. In the last video, I picked up ice shards in prison quarters, and eventually, I also picked up Frost Blast, and I played for a little bit with that, and for the moment it was just fine, I guess. But in the Discord, Keller saw my video and she was like, I'm gonna do this. And I was like, okay, good luck, rather you than me. Why would you want to do this? I don't know. And then she posted some clips and it looked very fun, and I was like, alright, I'm going to try this. And y'all, you gotta believe me, I am so stupid sometimes. Not sometimes, mostly all the time. I ignored that elite on purpose. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So I was going for a test run, and I didn't record because I was like, I'm not gonna get it. That's so stupid. Why wouldn't you hit record? If you like die, you can delete it like anyway. So, but I didn't do it, and I completed my first run, and I was like, damn it, I had 2 times ice shards, and it was amazing. It was cool. The bosses were not cool. That was just purely suffering, not going to lie, and I said that already. I'm so sorry about that. Come on, don't say it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try record tonight, and I know for a fact when I try to record tonight, I will die for sure, like more than one time. And oh, it was so dangerous, but we get it, and let's see, let's take this. But yeah, I was like, I will die for sure tonight, you know. But then, and you saw it from the thumbnail, something happens. We find something, and even though we find the 4 times like ice shards, it is still the damage is still not great. It is still it's bad. It's bad. It's not a main weapon, so. And also, we have only ice things unlocked. That was just a rule for this build. And we found the Frost Blast here, so we have 2 weapons now. We can both use it at the same time. If you enable the option hold to attack, you push 2 buttons and you can use it at the same time. This is not dual binding in the options. This is just hold to attack, hold 2 buttons. You can do this with every weapon, but with some secondary weapons, you can do this. And look at that. Look at that. Cursed toxic sewers. Everyone's favorite. So yeah, I was like, this build is hard. So I was like, if there is a ice armor, I'm gonna grab Wish, and I'm going to get it. I'm so glad I did, because at the time, of course, I didn't know that we would find a 4 times ice shards. So maybe we will get another one. We will see. We will see. I don't know. I mean, you kind of guessed it. We have only ice things unlocked, so we don't have 20 or more items unlocked. So if you are planning to do this and you also want to get achievements, you won't get any achievements because there are less than 20 items unlocked. So if you're going to try this, keep that in mind. So toxic sewers. By the way, about the uploads and more uploads, live commentary is still my main priority, but once in a while I want to do some post commentaries. I hope you will like that. I see on Disappointed Giants channel people like that. Of course, he is much better in post commentaries than I am. He is such a natural. Also, I say this all the time. You kind of hear it already. My English isn't the best. I'm trying though. But if I made some mistakes or there is some silence in between gameplays, I'm so sorry. If I say something, I have to say it in my head first sometimes before I can actually say it, because otherwise, well, it sounds a little bit like this. And by the way, I also made a mistake with the outfit. So we have the Frozen Queen outfit, I believe it's called like that. And normally, it's a very cool outfit. I love that outfit so much. I love all the Queen's outfits, by the way, especially the red one. That one is also... I should have taken that, because now we have ice armor, which is white, of course. But the Frozen Queen outfit is also a little bit bright white. So sometimes I don't see the difference. There is a difference, of course, and it's easy to see. But, you know, I'm old. I'm like 39 years old already. Yeah, this year, some people don't believe it, but I'm going to turn 40 this year, yeah. So if you think like, I can do this, I'm old, you know, that sells 5BC, it's too fast. Remember, I am 40 and my reaction times have always been slow. So you can definitely do this, alright? So back to the build. We have the 2 amulet, which is great. And I don't know why I didn't do any scroll manipulation in this... in this gameplay, but I get a lot of good dual scrolls, and I will take them because I need the power on 5BC and on survival, and that was very close because I was cursed, because curses are very balanced, of course, and the eggs explode right in front of my face, and that is not what you want if you are cursed. So at the moment I have like 6 scrolls. I was happy with that. Because, you know, across a prison, that biome, enemies are very tanky and very strong, come on. So I wanted to have as much scrolls as possible as I could get. People sometimes ask me why I'm going to Toxic Sewers so much. First of all, from all the secondary biomes, this is my favorite. And also, it has 1 fragment more than 2 of them. I think Outskirts has just as much fragments. Only I don't like that biome. I don't like it. I'm so sorry. If you like it, props to you, respect to you. But I don't know, man. It's not my cup of tea. I will go there for a video soon because, you know, some variety is nice. But it's definitely not my favorite. It's my least favorite of them all. So yeah, so there's that. So here we have number 7. And by the way, if you ask why is your survival color blue, you can do that in the accessibility options. You can do that on PC, but you can also do that on PlayStation, Switch, and Xbox. It's just options, accessibility options, and there you can change it. You can also change the outlines from your skills. You can do an outline around the character. I like that. It makes it easier to see for me. And it's very handy, and I love that this game has so many accessibility options. So you should definitely try that out. All right, so here we have a shield. I was planning on to take Armadillo pack, but at the end I decided not to because I already use Wish, and there are some mutation that I wanted to use but couldn't use them all because of which. So here's the first one. Here is a good dual scroll, we call that. That is where you get some power instead of health. It's not always good though, because sometimes on tactics, when you have a lot of them, you don't have any health. So tactics don't need that much good dual scrolls, to be honest. It is nice to have the power, but it doesn't need it. So there is a new Frostblade. It is level 9, so I took it. And here is the next scroll, that is number 9. I think I ended with 9, but I'm not sure. I have all 3 fragments. So let's see, we're going down. This is the way to Corrupted Prison. You can recognize it by this segment right here. It's always in there before the door. So until now, I was like happy with the build because we're 7 minutes in, and that's like average for a second biome to go to corrupted prison after 8 minutes. So I was happy, but it will change. It will change, and you will see why. I mean, we already said why. So here's corrupted prison. I was checking if I forget something. Kill some enemies. We have a 121 streak, so that was nice. So let's get that. I believe, I don't know. I think I will check the map first. I was looking for a challenge rift because if you don't know, I have said this in so many videos. When you have a challenge rift in a biome, there is a greater chance you have them in the next biome as well. That's why you see so many videos where people find a challenge rift and then find another one in the next and find another one in the next. But when you have a boss, it's kind of reset. So that is why you find most challenge rifts in the first half of the run than in the second half. So here we have corrupted prison. And I think I will take Kill Rhythm or Frostbite. I don't know anymore. I recorded it yesterday, by the way, so I should know. So I took this Ice Shards. What did I take? It's one of the two. It's Kill Rhythm. All right, cool. Kill Rhythm is just such a fun perk. At the other end, it's kind of sad that we need it on survival, but at least it's there. At least we have the option. So this is the first curse chest. There is a ice armor. I could take that, but I didn't because I valued at the time the ice bomb or ice grenade more than an extra. And I was kind of satisfied how fast it was not fast, but for this build I thought it was pretty fast. We called the miasmas. Is that how they are called? I don't know. If it's not, then just let me know in the comments. Okay, this is, not gonna lie, this is pretty slow. I know that it's not bad, but if I took Frostbite, the kill times would have been faster. And this was like a hard part because there's a totem. I hate the totem so much. Everybody does, of course. On the other hand, they're frozen like all the time, so it's not that bad. So if you are going to this biome, you gotta remember there is no 60 door here. So if you find a challenge rift or something else, go in right away because you don't find any other help because there is only one scroll and that's the curse chest. This enemy was such a pain in the ass. He was just shooting at me constantly, and I you know, sometimes I forget to kill them and then I'm getting hit like a lot of times. Come on, don't get hit a lot of times. And here everyone is also being protected except for this elite. I don't know why. I think when you're in the way of the beam, come on, you canceled it out. But I don't know. If someone does know, let me know, because I want to know. Because sometimes you can hit enemies that are standing next to a totem, and sometimes you can't. I think that is the cause, but I don't know for sure. So don't pin me on that. We finally do some crits here, which is nice. Another elite. It's another katana crab, that is how I call them because I like that name. It's a very bad name though. So we didn't need that amulet because we already had the two. And yeah, I ignored the enemy again, and then I forgot how they are called. So if I don't call enemy by their names, that's why. I told another video that I suffer from depression. It's going a little bit better lately, so I value that. But the side effects of it is that I sometimes forget simple things. At first, that got me worried. I was, oh no, there's something bad going on. But my therapist said it's just normal. So there we go. And then look at that. Look at that. a 4-time ice shards, and I was so glad that I decided to get that ice armor, because otherwise, oh boy, it would have been hard, especially when you're going to ancient sewers. It is not cursed though. It is not cursed. So that is a good thing. I like that it's not cursed. I think here I'm going to take frostbite. I don't know for sure though. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. All right. So ancient sewers. It's not my favorite. I know I'm going a lot here because this biome is very rewarding. It has like 5 fragments. I think that is the most of them all. It is very good for getting more stats. But I don't know. I don't really like the biome, and this is the reason why there are a lot of traps. On the other hand, when a biome is this rewarding, it should have been harder than, for example, a rampart. Rampart is like pretty easy, but it is also less rewarding. I know, shocker, right? Oh man, I hate these tentacles so much. I don't know about you, but they are tough sometimes. They are tough. And there's the first elite. It's a box elite. I hate that so much. I think everybody does. I'm always crying about 2 things in Dead Cells. 1, cursed biomes, and 2, elite mechanics. Elite mechanics, man, I don't know why they choose that. It's so unfair, in my opinion. I rather had that the enemies did 2 times the damage and 2 times health than the stupid elite mechanics. I really did. Because they are annoying as F. And you can see, with the 4 times, we're doing good damage. At enemies though, bosses, it's another thing. So there is like, look at that. Such a big biome and 3 things in a row. I don't know. And also a good dual scroll. So yeah, I don't know what was going on. Sometimes you have that quote unquote luck. I mean, you can still choose the health if you want. I mean, you don't have to take the power. That's what people sometimes forget. So another elite. And I was looking for a better amulet. I don't know if I get one in this biome. This wasn't it. It's a 2 tactics and 1 survival. Which made me sad. Because I wanted the 2-1. So, of course, 3 is also good. But I just wanted to have some more health. On survival, normally you don't have to worry about health that much. But in my case now, I had 2 good dual scrolls already. And I only have 1500 right now. So I think I end up on like 2500-ish when I go to boss. I don't know for sure. Oh, this part. I don't know why, but I sometimes miss jump. And that's annoying. I know that I once did a curse run and I jumped in the toxic pool and died, and I was like, all right, nice going, Daniel. This is great. So you pick up the key. We have a lot of flies here. The flies are easily countered with electrodynamics. They will die instantly. And there is another scroll. I think that is number 16 already. I think I end up on 17, but I don't know for sure. There was a scroll fragment at the time when I was playing this. I didn't saw it. So yeah, there is a new ice shard. Of course, we're not going to take it. I mean, we have the 4 times. We are committed. Like, if I hadn't take this, Disappointed Giant would be, well, disappointed. Surprise. I know. He's always saying when he's gaming, why don't you take it 2 times or the 4th time? I'm like, I'm scared. I don't want to do it. Gotta be honest. Sometimes I am like that. But on the other hand, sometimes with like brutality builds or tactic builds, I don't think you need it. I don't think you need it that much, because those builds you can easily use other things like Tainted Flask, like how it's called, Phase Flask, and then Vengeance, and you do great damage. So you don't need it 2 times. And when you're doing too much damage, the game will cap damage anyway. So here I was like, there is a health scroll. I really wanted that. Because as you can see, almost 1700 health. That's low. When I am going to first boss, I want to have 3000. And I don't think we get that. We get 2500-ish, as I said. Alright. And there's also food on the map, and I have 93% health. So I will take that, but I'm gonna take the scroll first. Because I was like, okay, when I'm going to get the scroll and I get damage, and I already took the food and it's away, so let's do that first. So here, and this is a 17 indeed. 17 is really good. When I am going to first boss, I want to have at least 14, rather 15. I think 13 is like the minimum that you get everywhere, but I'm not sure. Here I'm going to get the food. And then I think it's time to go to the first boss. Well, I'm going to Conuctivius. And you would say, why are you going to Conuctivius? You could also go to Mamate, come on. Why? Because she's in the water. But I am not that great at Mamate. I mean, that I always say tentacle face. I don't know why. She doesn't have tentacles. She has sides. The side face, I'm so bad. It's not even hard, and I'm so bad at it. when the side face is coming up, I am like leaning forward and really stare at the screen away. Okay, I gotta look out. I gotta roll now. And then sometimes there are like 2 times in a row, and then you get hit anyway. So for this boss, I'm gonna take Cure Rhythm and Heart of Ice. That was a wrong choice because I don't think Heart of Ice did do much for this boss fight, and I lose out on deeps, but you will see. It was not a hard fight. If I remember correctly, I got hit once, but we still did it flawless. How is that possible, you ask? Well, I had ice armor, and when you get hit with ice armor at a boss, it doesn't hit as a count. It doesn't hit as a count. Bro, this is what I meant with my English. It doesn't count as a hit. There we go. So, first phase is over. First tentacle phase. The first tentacle phase is not that bad, but what happens when you freeze tentacles? They're going under the ground, and it's so annoying. And I forgot that, and I was like, oh no. So 2 left. Because in the second one, there is 1 extra. Instead of 4, there are 5, I believe. And that is way harder. But first, the first phase, it was fine. This is the second phase. I try to freeze her as much as possible. You can see the damage is not very good at, 70 scrolls. 17, I mean. But you gotta remember, these are both secondary weapons, so they're not meant for doing great damage. So that's the first tentacle. And here I got hit, so I was a little bit nervous because I wanted to do this hitless because I wanted a legendary. And there's 1 more left. So I was playing this really carefully. Come on, play carefully now. And I was like, okay, 9 seconds and I can activate ice armor again. So she's almost dead. I reactivated. So if I would mess this up, it would be really bad. But we didn't, and we got a legendary. And I was hoping. Normally I was hoping for something else, but I was hoping to get another ice armor because you can use them not at the same time, but if you use one and you get hit, you can use the other one directly. So, and the other one is on cooldown, so you get that one back. So you have like infinite ice armor if you don't get hit too often. And I took that ice grenade just in case it wasn't ice armor. But look at that. Look at that. There is another ice armor, and I was so happy with that. Of course, I will miss the ice grenade because that one was not that bad for this build. I liked it. I liked it. So I forgot to change mutations. I wasn't planning on... Oh, I did. No, I'm messing up. I did. Something funny happens. I am going to test out how much how fast we could get the ice armor back, and well, you will see something funny happens. So first I'm just like, okay, it's fine. So here I am just, and I was looking at the meter, you know, it's all fine, it's all good. It's all good, you know, we're doing our thing. Nothing can go wrong, and boom. Yeah, that happened. And I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. You can see how much damage it does. If there wasn't one protection, I would be dead, you know? So, thanks to the one hit protection, we're still alive. Imagine dying like that. Imagine dying like that. Alright, another survival, of course, number 19. And the reason that I'm going to Graveyard so much is because this, and there's the key, so I ran past by it. That's not good, so I'm going back. But the reason you should go to a Graveyard once in a while, even though if it's not your favorite, it's this biome is really dense and you can get rid of melees very easily. I love this biome. It's a lot of action packed. There is a curse chest here always. The enemies are hard. This is a biome, if you want to get better, this biome surely is it. Of course, Slumbering Sanctuary is also hard in another way. Harder enemies, more traps, I believe. Nah, I don't know for sure. I think they're both equal on traps. But, you know, Slumbering Sanctuary, it's not my favorite. It is a cool biome though. But I don't like that you have to do the biome basically twice. I think the Slumbering Sanctuary is more rewarding than this biome though. Before we go into Graveyard, you also saw Bank. I always say don't go to Bank before first boss. Go after second boss. That is wrong advice. I'll take that back. If you get a biome before second boss, it's fine. The reason you should not go to Bank, besides fun reasons of course, you can also go there for fun, then you should always go. But when you go for stats, it has a weird bug. Normally Bank scales to the highest biome you can choose at that moment. But after first boss, it will always scale to still the village, no matter what. That is what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that. And I think it's true, because in my last video, I was like, why do I get so little fragments and stats? But Disappointed Giant kind of confirmed it was scaled to Still Village. And Still Village wasn't even the biome that I could choose, because I went another route. So that was really strange. So I think that's a bug. So I think now the best moment to go to Bank is right before first boss or right before second boss. You can also go when you are like on High Peak Castle and there's a 60 streak. We finally do some crits. That's also a good moment to go, because Bank, and look at that. You never shoot slam down when you don't know what is underneath you. But you know, I did it, and here's the curse chest. So I was a little bit nervous. That seems stupid because I have ice armor, but I already used one. So I was like, okay, how are we going to do this? Just play safe and everything will be fine. That's the thing with this biome. I think looking for the curse chest, because it's always almost... I mean, it's always at the end. And I hate it when I have to complete the curse at the next biome. I don't like that. I don't know how it's about you, but I don't want to do the curses at Cavern, because Cavern is hard. But I believe when we go to Cavern, we get cursed anyway, because I believe that one is cursed as well. So we get some food. I took it. I thought I would not, but I did anyway. So here, I use a flask, of course, and I was like, okay, I have enough gold, because I'm not going to buy any other weapons anymore. Maybe a Frost Blast. I'm not going to buy skills anymore, so I have enough gold. And I was like, let's go and get 1 flask back. But at the end, I'm distracted and I'm like, oh no, I gotta go. And then I forgot it. So yeah. Let me know if you have that as well, that you think, okay, I'm gonna do this and that. It doesn't have to be Dead Cells related. Could also be other games. And then you go to the next level and you're like, crap! I forgot. So we have the 90 streak here, which is nice. And here, yeah, I forgot to go to the shop. And I'm going to Cavern. And yes, there it is. It is cursed. And, you know, I gotta be honest. I am complaining about cursed biomes too much. I realize now that I'm not the only player, of course. The only thing my problem is not that cursed biomes exist. My problem is, in my opinion, they are not rewarding enough. I think if you do a cursed biome, there should always be a cursed chest. If that was the case, I wouldn't complain about cursed biomes, alright? Now, there is a 10% extra chance to have a cursed chest, and that is it. And I think, I don't know, I don't think that's rewarding enough. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments, because I want to know, are cursed biomes really that hated, or is it just me and some other folks? So there was, and those, I don't know how they call that, those little flying devils. But they are stressing me out, and they aren't even hard. If they get hit once, they will immediately fall down and lie on the floor and take a nap for 30 minutes. But when they are flying, I'm like, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know, what's that enemy for you? Let me also know in the comments, because I have a few of those, like slammers. I'm always stressed out about slammers. In this run, not so much, because I can freeze them. Speaking about slammers, there is one. There's also a scroll right here. So, something off topic. I know most of the people that are watching me are from America, so they don't care, but some people are from Europe. I was watching my club this weekend. If you don't know, I'm an Ajax fan. And they played the biggest league game in the Netherlands. It was Feyenoord Ajax, and also Ajax Feyenoord is also the biggest league game. And I don't know if you have that as well, but when I watch a match important like that, and there I got hit, but you know, I have an extra ice armor, so I activate it. But if I watch a match like that, I'm getting nervous. I don't know why. The match was so bad. It was so bad. It was horrible to watch. There was a match before that. It was way more entertaining than this one. The match ended in 1-1, and it was very bad for my club. So basically, for my club, they need to get second, because first is not possible anymore. Second, in theory, it is, but it's not going to happen anymore, and it's sad, and I'm sad. We were once a few years ago, we were like the best club in the league, and nobody came close. And then something happened with one of our technical directors, and we got a new one, and he effed everything up, and now we can't even get champions anymore, and it's so sad. So yeah. Also this weekend, Formula 1. I watched Max Verstappen on the Nürburgring. He won, and then got disqualified because the team used one set of tires too much. And people said, oh, no wonder that he won. It didn't happen in the race, though. It happened in the qualifying. So yeah, that was nice. Everything that is support lately on sport, it's just not going well. It's just not going well. And there, look at that, another dual scroll, and it's another good dual scroll. I like that. I don't know why I was looking, because I was looking for Oceancy, and then I remembered, oh wait, I have two ice armors, and I rather keep that. So after this fight, we will go to Giant. Maybe not the best choice, because he has some health, especially for this kind of builds, but I think he's the easiest maybe the easiest boss of them all. I played Dead Cells late in 2022. I started playing. People showed me the 1.2 version, and look at that. I rolled just in time, but I got hit anyway, so I activated the other ice armor. And yeah, I'm so glad that I had those, because otherwise, with the 4 times, if you get hit once after that, you're one hit. So we finally get some health. By the way, small tip if you don't know. If you are near a scroll or a dual scroll and you're about to get hit, get the scroll, you get like iframes and you won't get hit. It's a trick that most experienced Dead Cells players use. I was looking at some Frost Blast because it was level 13. I don't know what to look for though. I don't know what all these perks do. But I do know that sometimes enemies get bleeding, so you do some extra damage, which is nice. I should do more ice builds because I hardly do them. The only thing that I use sometimes is like ice shards on tactics and survival, because it's some extra damage. It's a secondary. It does some extra damage, and I love it. So. I am a shield player, but I love to have to use 2 weapons at the same time. I prefer that over shield, but shield still is very good. And to that person that is always saying that I should do a shield only, hell no! That seems boring as hell. Gotta be honest. If you want to do it, then do it. Modesto did it, but you know, Modesto's skill level is from another planet. That dude is so good. Shout out to Modesto. Link in the description. I didn't do that because I had I know that I find another necklace. It's a 3-1. I was happy with that. So I think we end on 31 after this biome. I'm not sure though, but it was around 30, 31. And for one dual scroll, not one dual scroll. I had multiple dual scrolls. For one challenge rift, that is pretty good. We didn't have extra curse chests, which I don't mind. I love extra curse chests, but it's of course a high risk. Also high reward in my opinion. So yeah, 31. 31 is very good. I always aim to have at least 27. I think 26 is the minimum, or 25. 25 is low in my opinion, especially for this build. If I had 25 for this build and I don't have the 4 times, that would be rough. Even with the 4 times on 25, it is also rough. So I don't need some skills. And there are a lot of fragments that I missed, so I'm gonna get them. Spoiler alert, I'm not going to High Peak Castle. Here's the thing, I didn't want to. I am bad at a biome. That's one thing. And 2, even though we have the 2, there it is. There's the 3-1. So we have 31 here. But even though we have the ice armor, if you're getting hit, you're immediately 1 hit. And the 1 hit protection, when the 1 hit protection is being used, I think it has a cooldown. I don't know for how long though. If someone knows, please let me know in the comments, because I always forget. I will look it up anyway, but in case I forget, because I forget a lot of things, then I will know. So we're going to, I want to say to Disappointing Giant. I'm so stupid. Disappointing Giant is not a boss. He is a boss, but a good boss, a YouTube boss. He is. If you don't know him, links also in the description. Dude makes great content. I speak to him like every week. Awesome guy. But I'm going to Giant, and I make a mistake. As you can see, in the left bottom, I have Kill Rhythm and I have Heart of Ice, and I was like, I am going to use that because if I'm getting hit, I will have my ice armor back in no time. No. And the stupidest thing is, I saw a video of Disappointing Giant making the same mistake. I've seen that video. He was talking about not to do it, and I'm doing it. What is the case here? You can't freeze the eyeball. You can't freeze anything with Giant. So I should have taken, I think, Frostbite instead or something else. So yeah, I was like really pissed at myself because when I was doing this fight, I remember that video. I remembered he saying that, and well, here I'm getting hit. But as you see, I have another ice armor, and you can see when I hit Giant, my cooldown is still the same. So this was very close though. And when the projectiles are falling down, it's just the crystals. I'm always bad at that. But overall, it was not a bad fight. I think we don't get hit anymore. And there we go. And that was the fight. Alright, so it was not that bad. But if you remember, I have a 4-time weapon. And with that in mind, the damage is really bad for bosses. So I only recommend this build if you want to try something like challenging. For that, sure, do it. But if you want something that is powerful, come on. No, don't take this because, well, it is not that great. And we get a Frost Blast, and I was like, you know what? Let's take it. Let's take it. A legendary. I never played, I think, with legendary Frost Blast, so I have no idea what it does. I could have read it. I didn't. I was like, let's do it. Let's do it for the YouTube video. So here I was like, okay, but Heart of Ice will work at Hand of the King, right? I don't think it does. Because you do freeze him a little bit. So I was like, this will work, right? And this fight, listen, I have over 1,300 hours on Dead Cells. I know. I should touch grass. Anyway, I am still nervous for this fight sometimes, especially with this kind of build. So the first half went, I think, pretty well. I mean, the damage isn't that bad, but when you keep in mind I have a 4-time weapon. Here I got hit. So I'm using the secondary, and there I got hit also. So now I was getting nervous. I was like, okay, if I'm getting hit here, I am one hit for sure. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna kill these enemies slowly so I can reactivate my ice armor. And I did. So I gotta go all the way to the left. And here I could do some damage. Roll and then jump roll. Do it again. I have my other ice armor back also, but I don't think I'm getting hit anymore. He just does one more attack. He's almost dead, and boom, there we go. So I was happy with this fight. Of course, I lost at a point both ice armors, but it's fine. By the way, spoiler contest coming up. If you don't want to get spoiled, leave the video right now. For the rest, come on in, y'all. Come on in. We're gonna fuck up some dudes on books. It will be hilarious. But, you know, the thing is, with the librarians, they are tough when they are frozen. And I got another one and I was like, yo, did I take that? No, I didn't take that. Do I change mutations though? I have 59,000, so I think I do. Yes. Alright, I'll take Kill Rhythm, of course, and I think I took what did I take? Frostbite. I was confused. I was like, did I take Frostbite or Disengagement? I know with the arrival of Dan Vigor, there are two teams now, Team Dan Vigor and Team I'm still Team Disengagement, but I should play with Dan Vigor more because I was talking about him just then. Disappointing, I made a video showcasing Dan Vigor. What Dan Vigor does, if you die, you get 2 seconds to hit an enemy, and if you hit an enemy, you will live. You have like 3 health or something, but you will live. I think he died 7 times and completed the run. So that shows how powerful that Vigor is. The only thing is, and with disengagement, sure, you get 15%, but you can use it once per biome, and that's it. But the downside of damn Vigor is you have to... There must be an enemy nearby, otherwise, well, you're dead. And with disengagement, it's not, but disengagement you can only use once every biome. It was different a few patches ago. It was like it had a cooldown, I don't know for long, I think a few minutes, 2-3 minutes or something. And then you got it back. I think this is way more balanced how it is now, but let me know what you think. So yeah, this biome, I think that this biome is one of my favorite. There's a librarian, he's dead instantly. Love to see it, love it, you know. But I really like this biome. This biome is such a good biome for an endgame biome. Everything about this biome screams as an endgame biome, and it's great. So here's the first elite. We got the elevator key, which is nice. Sometimes you're really looking for those keys, you know. That sometimes isn't fun. On the other hand, I find it a little bit fun because it is so challenging, this biome, with the librarians and those bombers. I think they are literally called bombers, but I don't know for sure. So some... I didn't look for the... I always tried it and I always fail. I don't know why. Because I'm bad, that's why. Another elite. Let's see what he has. I was looking for a new amulet. Like, I was hoping for the 4. I got a legendary blood shield. Is that how it's called? Damn, I forgot a lot of things lately. I haven't played Dead Cells for a little while and I forget like everything. Alright, so I think the next key is... this was scary. This was scary, but I lived. I lived. He heard me saying that I would fuck him up, so he was ready, but I was ready enough, I guess. I don't know. That's not proper English. Alright, so we have the second key. So we can go to the tower. So if you have been here once and you don't know how this biome works, you get the keys. You go to this tower right here. You go down to this tower. And then you can enter the tower with a key and then you climb up. And then you have to defeat 2 elites. And then you go to spoiler boss and we get some health. So we have 12,000. For survival, it's like eh. And this was just unfair, this laser, but I killed him just in time, which is nice. But that could really fuck me up, and I was a little bit angry about that. On the other hand, it was fine because we killed him that quick. So here is only a totem guy. I don't know why he was alone. That don't make any sense, but it's fine, I guess. So we're at the bottom of this tower. So you go down, you roll, go up, go here, then roll to the left, and here's a door. You can open it, of course. And then you climb up, and we have the 60 streak, which is nice. So I was like, I'm going and get him there. That was perfect timing. I mean, I didn't time it like that. I didn't know that would happen, but it was so satisfying. So these lasers, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out because if you miss jump and you get hit, they do a lot of damage. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. All right, so we're up. See, like that. I could, if you're falling down, just roll, because you can roll through the lasers and not get hit. So we're almost. I think I'm going to spoiler boss. Right? Did I forget? No, I didn't forget that. So there was another dual scroll. There was another dual scroll. And I was like, this one. What is happening? I didn't even do scroll manip. I didn't even do scroll manip, and I got so... I think this is the 4th one. So if I didn't had all those, we would have fought spoiler boss, I think, on 31. And that's a big difference, though. So I was happy that I got that. And here I had a little bit trouble climbing up. I don't know why, but it was that way. So yeah, elevator, 2 leads, and then it's boss time. And I think I would... So I was I was really lucky that I rolled just in time. Otherwise, I got hit. Doesn't matter though. I have ice armor, so we wouldn't taken damage anyway. We have the 60 door. Didn't take anything, of course, because we have our build. It's not much of a build, though. We don't have synergies, and that is what makes this build a little bit hard. But here it is. Here it is. We have 3 legendaries and 1 4 times ice shards. We have a 3 amulet and 1 brutality. So yeah, there it is. If you have not been to this boss, if you have been to this biome but not this boss, click the video off right now if you care about spoilers, because the spoilers is huge. I don't know who the boss is. It's not me! Come on! Of course I know who it is. It is the Collector. Yes, the Collector. This fight I normally do not fear. However, with this build I did. Because you can kind of freeze him, but his patterns will be really weird, and you will see that. The damage I didn't mind though. I was happy with the damage, even though I have a 4 times. I mean, the damage is still underwhelming, but I already had this in mind. So roll with a shield. This is so easy to parry. So he is going to teleport. You can do some damage, so just hit him. Eventually he will teleport though, like this. But he's about to drink, I think. Get these enemies. Get him. Yeah, there we go. So first drink. Alright. Then we go here. This is a tough... These attacks are really tough in my opinion. You cancel them out. So this is the second rank. Second drink. I'm so sorry. Here I get hit. But it's fine. I activating my other how do you call it? Ice armor. There we go. So this is the 3rd time. And now for the 4th time. So I was like, okay, just play it really careful. I did. I took my time. Jump. I always hate this attack. Especially when he does that afterwards. That's so hard. But now it was easy, but sometimes it's way harder. I think we're almost there. Okay. So I rolled there. I was just in time. Cancel that attack. And he's drinking, so grab the flask. Come on, do it now. But then he does this. So I had to wait. I have to dodge this. You can damage him. And then he is almost done. And he is done. We did it. This build, I don't know. It was a little bit suffering. But most of the time you see me like shredding through bosses. So it's fun to do bosses and not shredding them. But yeah, let me know if you want to see more post commentaries. For now, if you like what you saw, please consider a like and or subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care and bye-bye.